This video covers how to interface multiple laser distance sensors with the Arduino. Chances are, if you're doing something with robotics, you're going to need more than one. As you can see on the Roomba, there are like 6 or 7. So when you go to Amazon and type in laser distance sensor, this is usually the first thing that comes up. It's the VL53V1X or VL53V0X, which uses I2C to communicate with the Arduino. And the problem with that, first of all, is that the Arduino only has one I2C bus. So if you need multiple of them, then in theory you can buy an I2C multiplexer like the TCA 954-8A and connect 8 distance sensors in theory. But personally, I never got this to work. And the problem is that even with just connecting one I2C sensor directly to the Arduino, I got results such as couldn't initialize sensor, couldn't get distance, error on initialization, 0, and a bunch of faulty readings, and a bunch of infinite readings and things of that nature. So to get around this, what I did was I looked into different communication protocols, mainly the UART protocol, because in my experience, the only reason the UART doesn't work is if you forget to plug it in. So the TF10120 is a distance sensor that uses the UART protocol. It can also do I2C, but of course we're not going to use that. The reason that the UART works so much better than I2C is because UART is asynchronous versus I2C, which is synchronous. With synchronous data, you have to line up the communication perfectly at all times. So if the CPU happens to be doing something else while you're trying to read data from a sensor, it's not going to get the data correctly, and it only works intermittently. And also the I2C bus relies more heavily on the processor with CPU cycles, whereas the UART is its own separate chip. And whenever it receives data, it holds that data for as long as needed until the code goes back and reads it. So this is the wiring diagram for using multiple sensors with the Arduino. This will not work with the Arduino Uno, which only has one UART, and you can only use one device per UART. You can't multiplex like you can with I2C. Here's a video with an example of a system I built using multiple sensors connected to the UARTs of the Arduino Mega. As you can see, using multiple distance sensors is usually necessary when you have a robot that needs to sense when there's an object in front or an object behind it. In the description below, there's a link to get code that gets data from multiple UART sensors and also the wiring diagram that goes with it. Thanks for watching.